Welcome back, guys! I'm here with another episode of Bible Q&A. Today we're discussing, what is true wealth? True wealth makes it sound like there's a false wealth, money, but money isn't exactly bad. After all, Proverbs tells us this, "The blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he added no sorrow with it. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life." The first verse was Proverbs chapter 10 verse 22, while the second was Proverbs chapter 22 verse 4. And both show that God can provide you with money. And we need money to survive in this world. Plus, we have examples in the Bible of people who were rich. Abraham was pretty rich, had cattle everywhere, according to Genesis chapter 13 verse 2. And Job was pretty rich, according to Job chapters 1 and 2. King Solomon was rich, according to 2 Chronicles chapter 9, verses 13 to 28. I don't have time to mention all the rich guys in the Bible. But the reason why these riches can sometimes be considered bad is because sometimes you put too much of your heart in them. And that's bad because it's just gold. It isn't going to save you from death. The psalmist said, "They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him. For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever, that he should still live forever, and not see corruption." Psalms chapter 49, verses 6 to 9. Rich people might be all like, "Yeah, I'm better than you, because I have lots of money, and you're dirt poor." But it doesn't make them better than anybody else. Proverbs also says, "The rich and poor meet together. The Lord is the maker of them all." Proverbs chapter 22, verse 2. That's why we need to focus on the true riches. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 to 23. We can also add wisdom, according to Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. And the reason why we were able to get all these things is because of the ransom sacrifice. That's why 2 Corinthians says, "For ye know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, that, though he was rich, yet for your sakes he became poor, that ye through his poverty might be rich." 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9. It is these things that are true riches, because physical riches can get destroyed. You can lose them all because maybe you're some big gambler. You can't lose true riches because they're in your heart. Even if you die, God still remembers what you did, and so they can never go away. "But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal." Matthew chapter 6, verse 20. All these things I've been talking about can be achieved with the Holy Spirit, according to Romans chapter 8, verse 26. And we can use physical riches to get spiritual riches, as said in Luke chapter 16, verse 9, using our money to promote the gospel. To help you understand what this is all about, let's look at some examples. In 1 Kings chapter 3, verses 6 to 9, Solomon didn't want to ask God for physical riches. He wanted to ask for spiritual riches. We also have all the disciples of Jesus Christ. Some of them actually had to abandon all their stuff because they wanted to follow him. We have an example in Matthew chapter 11, verses 25 to 26. Finally, there's Abraham, of course, the patriarch of the Jews. Abraham trusted in God's promises in Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 to 3, even though he was already rich and he could just say, I think I'm good, God. I've got all this stuff. Who needs this new land you're talking about? No, he stuck with God, and as such, he was able to be rewarded with the land and the sun and all those other things. Hebrews chapter 11, verses 8 to 10 talks about that. And that is where I think I will stop with this Bible Q&A. True wealth is God's plan, God's purpose, God's everything. And I advise you, we need to pursue God's everything. We need to like what God likes. Because when we look for true riches and we get them, according to 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 11, then we are the good guys. We are the people talked about here. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne, and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes, and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. Revelation chapter 7, verses 9 to 10. If you like what I've said and you want more on this particular topic, we have a video, The Hidden Treasure, on our channel, It Pays to Fear God, where you can learn more about what true wealth really is. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.